You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, This Week. Featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Derrial Christon.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday, and you're watching Black Hollywood Live This Week. I'm your host, Derrial Christon, and here joining me is Courtney Stewart.
What's up, everybody?
DJ JayZ.
What's up?
And our very special guest today is journalist Derrick Shore, who is going to commentate on a lot of our topics today.
Excellent. Good to be back.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
On today's show, we have a variety of different topics, including Scandal and Grey's Anatomy. Creator Shonda Rhimes takes over ABC's fall schedule. Solange Knowles caught in a video attacking Mr. JayZ. And reactions are flaring over NFLer draft pick Michael Sam's kiss with his boyfriend on national television.
Wait, Solange attacked JayZ? I
Oh
hadn't
my
heard
God,
this.
really?
Yeah, where have I been?
I don't know.
Kidding,
this.
guys.
I was like, wait a minute. I was like, hold on, Derrick. Wait a minute.
Oh, gosh.
All right, we're going to get right into our trending topics today with DJ JayZ.
Well, you talked about Shonda Rhimes taking over ABC. Well, literally she is. Thursday nights, she's adding a new show to the lineup. Not only does she have Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, but she'll be adding How to Get Away with Murder, which we've talked about here. It's going to be starring Viola Davis.
Yes.
I'm very excited about
Huge
that.
fan of Viola Davis.
Love her.
Love her.
It's a legal thriller, heavy on crime. ABC basically, they're third place right now between 18 and 45. So they're trying to step it up by being a little more diverse. So all of their shows are going to be focusing on crime dramas and rich in ethnic diversity.
Well,
It's about time.
It's about that time, right? I was just about to say
Somebody's
that.
got to do
I mean-
it. They might as well be the ones.
Are y'all
to do
ready to
it.
hear all the shows they're about to come out with right now? The first one, Black-ish. It stars Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross, suburban family trying to embrace their African-American identity. Another one we have is Fresh Off the Boat. It's about an immigrant Chinese family pursuing the American dream in the 90s. John Riley of 12 Years a Slave created the gritty American crime. And then we also have this one I'm really excited about. It's called Selfie. It's a comedy about a woman with
263,000 followers, but no friends in real life. Sorry, Selfie.
That's crazy.
So,
That's
if y'all
cool.
ready, Thursday nights this fall, make sure y'all check out Shonda Rhimes is taking
She
over
is doing it.
ABC.
And we have Felicity Huffman coming back on the air on ABC
That'll
too.
be
And I'm, of
exciting.
course, everyone knows that I'm a huge Desperate Housewives fan. I watch all the reruns. I have the box set, you know.
Grey's Anatomy.
And Felicity is so talented, so I'm so happy that,
I'm
that
glad
her
she's
show
coming
got the
back.
green light and she'll
She'll
be on
be
the air
back.
again.
Back. Yep.
It's about time.
All right, moving on. Oh, yeah, if y'all want to know, Michael Jackson has a new video out, too. But we have a video here. Donald Sterling sat down with Anderson Cooper. Let's play the video clip. He
Painful.
made a comment about Magic
He
Johnson.
loved every girl in every city in America, and he had AIDS. And when he had those AIDS, I
Those
went to
AIDS.
Had
my
those
synagogue and I prayed for him. I hoped he could live and be well.
Okay, can I
I
just
didn't-
jump in and
couldn't-
Yeah,
clarify?
please do, Derrick. Please do.
I could have. Is he an example for children?
Please make him stop.
You know, because he has money, he's able to treat himself. But Magic Johnson is irrelevant in this thing.
He does not
He
have
didn't do
AIDS.
anything harmful to anybody, and I respect him and I admire everything that he does. You know, I'd like to help even more.
would
if
like
he
to
would.
help him with the AIDS.
That was like the fingernails on the chalkboard. When I heard it, first of all, like you said, he does not have AIDS.
He is
Let's start there.
HIV
He's
positive. There's a difference. And
There's
if
a huge
Donald
difference.
Sterling is such a womanizer, like he claims to be, he easily could also be HIV positive if he's sleeping with all these women. So it doesn't matter. You know, some people are born HIV positive.
That's true.
It makes no difference that Magic Johnson is HIV positive. And in fact, he is such a philanthropist. He has helped the community so much. He's
Absolutely.
donated so much to so many organizations that Donald Sterling, at this point, it's like we're on the crazy train.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't even take
What-
any relevance to what he said. I just felt like he was old and just didn't give a crap
needs
about
to
what he's saying. He
shut
just needs to
up.
shut up.
He just needs to
it,
shut
it had no
up.
relevance to
Sit
me
down,
at all. It's
shut up.
false. Magic has done tremendous things for the African American community, as other communities.
And even if he had second. What does that have to do with Donald
Well,
Sterling
that's
being an
nothing to do,
asshole
yeah.
and being a racist?
Yes,
Like,
yeah,
absolutely
that's true.
nothing.
Just because you say you're not a racist doesn't mean you're
not
not
a
a racist.
racist. Right.
Donald
Right.
Sterling, you just don't know that you are a racist.
No.
But it's painfully obvious to the rest of us. So please don't grant any more media interviews.
Please
Just
stop.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh my-
even your pimp doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Did y'all hear about that?
I did hear about
He
that.
likes black girls, and he has a pimp, and his pimp won't do business with him anymore because he's racist.
You know, I would love to have
can't
been a
with
fly on the wall in that Anderson Cooper
Absolutely.
interview because you know, I've worked in news for so long. I know that those news producers, the moment Donald Sterling started spouting off all this stuff about AIDS and this and that, that is ratings gold.
Oh,
They
yeah.
that's like a producer's dream to have all
Yeah.
those sound bites. At the same time, I'm dying to know who's handling Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
Like, who are his
Nobody.
press people?
I think
And
Donald's
what are they
handling
doing in
Donald
the room?
Sterling.
handling
Yeah,
himself.
he's handling
Especially
himself.
because they keep talking about this dementia with him. They keep throwing that out there. So I can't imagine that he doesn't have some sort of handler kind of feeding himself.
I think dementia, honestly, probably has something to do with the way he sounds a little bit incoherent. I don't think dementia can make someone racist, but I think he's
brings
racist
out-
and happens to have dementia, and so
And
his
it just
thoughts
comes
just
It
kind
just
of
all comes
come
full
out.
circle.
So-
yeah, I agree.
Well, so the point is, Minority AIDS Project organization came out to say, yes, we do look at him as a role model. He was one of the first, as you want to call it, DL brothers. No, I'm sorry, not DL, but one of the first to come out into this DL world to make other people feel more confident about HIV and, you know, their symptoms. So, although it had nothing to do in the gay world, they're happy because it has opened many doors now, and they're still talking about it, and he's raised more money than Donald Sterling has ever sent to them. So they're upset with it.
Magic Johnson, absolute pioneer, and when he came out with his HIV positive status, that was such a huge breakthrough. Still today, there's so much stigma, surrounding HIV. It's just, everyone should be tested for it. If you haven't been tested, ask your doctor or go to a local clinic. And unfortunately, the statements like Donald Sterling's, I hope that people can just write him off as a little bit crazy, so that we're not perpetuating these super old school ideas like, oh, he has AIDS.
Yeah.
No, Donald Sterling,
He has
do your homework.
the AIDS.
yeah,
He
the
has
AIDS.
the
The
AIDS.
AIDS. I don't think anyone's taking him serious at all.
Not at all.
Well, and on that note, if you guys, on a happier note,
Happier no.
most of the good TV shows are kind of off right now, but if you guys are into the fall season or even the summer season, AfterBuzz TV is our sister network. We are an after-show network for your favorite TV shows. As soon as you're done watching your favorite show, go to AfterBuzzTV.com, and we'll be there covering it with some of your favorite actors.
Yes.
With your favorite sister from another mister.
That's right. All right, moving on to
AfterBuzz
Gossip and Rumors
TV.
with Courtney.
Gossip and rumors, or it's not really a rumor because it's quite fact at this point. So, for those of you who've been under a rock, you missed Solange beat down JayZ in an elevator this week. So, earlier in the...
I love the picture of the black eyes.
Well,
on
I hate
JayZ.
that we can't see, but it says I woke up like this. I love it. Anyway, moving on. So, Solange, the tape was leaked earlier in the week to TMZ for $250,000. Of Solange beating down JayZ in an elevator after the Met Gala.
Wait, but TMZ denied paying that amount, right? They came out and said that
Supposedly.
this is a
Supposedly,
big, huge,
yeah.
fat lie.
Which I wonder, I kind of believe TMZ is telling the truth because supposedly this person shopped this tape for 5 days before they were able to get a price for
they wanted a buyer. They were.
$250,000. So I kind of maybe believe the TMZ didn't pay that much, but maybe, I don't know. Either way, the person that shopped the tape, you got found out, boo, and got fired. So the Standard has now fired this person.
And they will likely face legal
They
charges.
will
Yeah,
very
I was
likely
gonna say.
face legal charges. So even if they got that $250,000, they're probably about to use it up in legal fees.
That video, to me, is worth
Unfortunate.
more than
It's crazy.
$250,000.
Well, you
I
know,
would have held on to that
everybody
for
ain't got that kind of business sense, you know. Maybe they heard, ooh, 250. Okay, great.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So
Maybe
they
this
didn't
person
know.
was shopping it around for millions. Who knows?
Possibly,
true. That
and they
is
had
true.
to drop it
Yeah,
because
maybe.
nobody would buy it for that amount. Either way, that person no longer has a job, maybe in jail. Solange may also be in jail because according to the New York Daily News, supposedly the NYPD may be arresting her.
Shut
or
the
after
front
all.
door.
Because there's no requirement for JayZ to press charges for them to arrest her because they have the evidence of the video.
So they could press the
They
charges
could-
But it's not
themselves.
it wasn't a vicious
it would
attack.
never.
It was
I
pretty
mean, she
crazy.
went at him, but
There
it
was-
wasn't like.
There was a foot in the face.
I mean,
Derrial.
it was a foot that went up.
Derek,
You know,
she-
had
Wendy
a
Williams,
metal
a metal purse weighed
She
over
had
a
a metal
pound.
purse that weighed over a
I
pound.
mean,
and
that's
she
true.
went
I
after
forgot
him
about the
with
metal
it.
purse. You're right
And you
about
saw
that.
when they exited the hotel too, JayZ was kind of, did you see that?
Yeah,
He
he was
was
holding
yeah,
onto
he was
his
kind
feet.
of like, oh, what's
But I love that Beyonce stayed her composure the entire time next to her
wasn't
man.
gonna
She
mess up
was
her
like,
outfit.
Stupid.
Well,
She's like, I'm gonna have to pay for these motherfuckers to get out of jail.
There's so much around that story, and obviously since it's happened, lots of things have. Supposedly, Solange deleted photos off of Instagram from the night. Beyonce then on like Wednesday posted all pictures
All
of her
pictures.
sister all day on her Instagram. And word on the street is that the real reason that the fight happened was because Miss Rachel Roy was doing some not so nice things at the Met Gala with Mr. JayZ, and Mr. JayZ was okay with it. And Beyonce tried to come to Miss Rachel Roy and be like, "Boo, you are being real disrespectful." And Miss Rachel Roy was like, "Oh no, I'm not." And then Solange got in her face and was like, "Oh yes, you are." And then when they followed JayZ into the elevator because JayZ did not take up for his wife, that is why Solange went after him. So that is what word on the street
It's so Jerry Springer style.
very
That what I
Jerry
don't
Springer.
understand is, you know, if you, Derrial, you're flirting with someone at a party, I'm jealous, I say something. We're not dating, by the way. But let's just say we're in that situation. Do you really solve it by throwing a metal
wait,
purse
but
at
this
someone?
this is history.
This
Well,
is history.
Rachel Roy worked for Rockefeller.
And Damien
by-
Dash.
Supposedly
She was
that
married
she was
to
married to
Damien
Dame Dash,
Dash.
but word on the street is that she was passed around between JayZ and Dame Dash.
That is the word on the
And
street.
That has been word on the street for
Yes.
many, many years.
Guys, violence is never the answer.
Also,
But they're also-
2 years ago, Solange showed up at the Met Gala with Rachel
Roy.
Roy
Rachel
as
so they
her
were
date.
all cool. But maybe she found out JayZ was creeping.
But they're also saying that it has something to do with her album being released, Solange's album.
Okay,
and that-
my personal opinion is this
and
whole
that
thing
she's
is a PR
upset.
stunt.
Yeah, that she's upset because he's not giving attention to her album.
I don't even think it's
And
that.
so that's another rumor.
She was
that they're
probably upset,
saying.
and they said, "All right, well, let's go ham in the elevator."
Wait, so
Let's do
Jesse, you
some-"
think this is
I-
all a PR stunt?
I could.
So if
I would
Solange
believe it.
lands in jail because of this,
That
this
would be
the
just ridiculous.
Solange
most
is
botched.
not going to
She's
end
not gonna
up
go to
in
jail.
jail.
Either she'll, if, at most,
Beyonce's
they'll, like, put a
sister
warrant
will
for
not
arrest.
end
She's not
up
gonna
And
be
she'll
in
have to
jail.
come answer questions, and then she'll be
There are
released.
real criminals in the
I
streets
will
of New
be
York
mad
that
if
need to
they
be in
use
jail.
tax money to arrest this woman.
That's what I was about
First of all,
to say.
I would be very upset.
The Bajancy will not allow that to happen.
It's a tax just for New York State residents,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, or
Probably.
the city
Well,
of New York
city of New York. Yeah.
Solange
Yeah.
ain't getting arrested.
She ain't getting
Local
arrested.
tax.
I hope she doesn't get arrested.
Or
I
if she
wish her
does,
the
it'll be
best of
3 days
luck.
before the album drops.
Exactly. But the bottom line is, now a whole lot of people know who Solange is, and they didn't know before. So her
is
album
true.
might do a little bit better than it would have done otherwise. I'm a Solange
true.
fan myself, but good luck, girlfriend.
The best comment about this is that, man, this is the best. This is the #1 hit Solange has ever had.
That is so foul.
I did
first of all.
love that one. That was my favorite one, I think.
I'm mad at all people that are saying that though, because I really like.
I love
Solange's music,
Solange.
No, it's
so
good. It's good
What does
music.
Wendy call
Whatever.
her?
It's just
An
hard
earthy
because she's living
hipster?
under
It's
Beyonce.
fine.
It's hard.
It's fine. It's fine. Good luck, girls.
And for all the viewers out there who haven't actually gone on Twitter and hashtagged this or looked for the tweets, there is some really funny stuff.
There
out
is
I
some
mean,
funny
people
stuff.
have created these like fake video games, and it is worth 5 minutes of your time. Go online.
Check it out.
You know, things that JayZ said to Solange, and there are all these scenarios. So check
Oh,
it out.
and just FYI, supposedly they released a statement to the Associated Press jointly that they both take responsibility.
take
for it
responsibility,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
And
So,
Beyonce said,
snooze.
"You guys have put the, we've put this in the past, and we hope that everyone else does.
Can.
Bitch, please.
And move
We ain't
forward.
forgetting about. We forgot about the plan, but we ain't gonna
We
forget about
won't
Beyonce."
forget about this. Speaking of the past, there is a story in the news this week that over in Europe, the highest court in Europe has ruled basically against Google, saying that people are entitled to control their own online histories. So basically the point is that if you got something up on Google that's like, oh, you don't like it and you want to get rid of it, you can ask Google to get rid of it, and it does not come up on a Google search. So in Europe, this seems like for them, they're like perfectly happy with it and excited about it because they have laws that are not quite as intense about freedom of speech the way that we hold on to our freedom of speech in this country. But it's raising some eyebrows with companies in this country, like if they can do that over in Europe, like generally companies that are international try to have, standardized rules across the board for everyone, so it's not like difficult to enforce in one country as opposed to this one and that one. So does that mean that that could be coming to the States, that perhaps
possibly.
we have the control to
I see positive and negative
Google
in that.
ourselves and not like something and get it taken away?
Well, and we also had the ruling this week that the FCC, the net neutrality thing, essentially the internet fast lanes, the FCC voted 3-2 to allow for that. I'm sure it'll get tied up in the courts, but this is all part of a larger conversation that, like you were saying, in America, we really take our freedom of speech seriously.
Seriously.
And it's sort of, the internet is supposed to be to post, obviously if someone's bullying or using online bullying, you
Right.
can use these tools maliciously. But I feel like we get into a lot of really gray areas when we start saying, oh, this is on the internet? No, we should take that down. Oh, let's take that down. Oh, how about all this stuff?
Even if it's true.
Seems like a slippery
That's
slope.
the point. It definitely seems like a slippery slope, but we're being
Vanity
forced
reasons I
finally.
like it.
Vanity, of course.
Like if someone posted a really bad picture,
A really bad
Exactly.
picture,
you could have it taken down.
Well, and I
Don't
also
want
think
that
that there's a
on
lot of misinformation that's
There are none of those
online,
Of course there's misinformation.
and you want to be able to have the opportunity to take that off.
Possibly, yes, but at the same time, the net is kind of a place that's sort of leveled out the playing field for a lot of us in really finding information. And if we as individuals can like edit and change stuff, what can the government do? What can companies do with
I
their
feel like the
information?
truth prevails, though. Like, if there's inaccurate information out there, like about me online or something, I feel like the truth eventually gets through.
Is at the top.
You know,
exactly.
because it's
Which is why it makes me uncomfortable. But if it does nothing else, it's forcing us to really evaluate and decide what this whole right to privacy really means in this country.
it's a conversation we
a
definitely should
conversation.
be having.
For sure.
For sure. All right. Well, thank you, Courtney, for those gossip and rumors. And before we move on to our final topics for Hot Topics, I want to remind everyone to go to iTunes, give us a comment and rating. We definitely appreciate everything that you say to us and let us know how we're doing with our shows. We have over 20 shows right now. We have Fashion 401, which Courtney is one of the hosts. We have The Beat with DJ Jesse J. We have Portraits. We have Stand Up, Sit Down. We also have Black Sports Weekly. Any type of niche that you like, we got it covered with our shows. So check out blackhollywoodlive.com on iTunes. Give us a rating and a comment. Tell a friend, a sister, a cousin. Let them know you need to check us out.
Check us out.
All right, so we're going to move on to Hot Topics, and we have our EUR Web Spotlight Story of the Week.
EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
I like that. You like that,
I
right?
like that.
Very glamorous.
Nice, very glamorous.
Tickled my eardrums.
Everyone's been talking about in the news right now the Bring Back Our Girls campaign and the social media push that's happening. We obviously know that there's over 200 missing schoolgirls in Nigeria that were taken by the group Boko Haram. And there was a recent video that just surfaced right now with the leader who was speaking about trading some of the girls for prisoners. And we're going to play a clip of that right now.
اليوم 4 سنين أو 5 أخذتم إخواننا وهم الآن في سجنكم تفعلون أشياء كثيرة ثم تأتون تتكلمون حول هؤلاء البنات لا نتركهن إلا بعد ما تركتم إخواننا لا نتركهن.
And for those of you who are listening and not watching, I'm going to translate what was said in that video. The Boko Haram leader said, "It is now 4 years or 5 years that you arrested our brethren, and they are still in prison. You are doing many things to them, and now you are talking about those girls. We will never release them until after you release our brethren." So you guys saw that video. What do you think? We're in it. Just we have the U.S. and we have France. We have the UK that are helping and aiding this process now to kind of bring those girls back. But this video just disturbs me a lot. What's your viewpoint about it?
Super devastating still.
Well, on Boko Haram, when it comes to Islamic terrorist groups, it's they're certainly with something as high profile of this gaining a bit of traction. And I think that many people have been really critical about not just our country's response, but the Nigerian government's response.
Absolutely.
It seems people are saying they were slow. Many people were critical of the media here in the U.S. saying, we've spent almost 2 months focusing on this plane crash. We don't know where these people are. All these people are likely gone, but 200 some odd schoolgirls are captured from Nigeria, and no one really talks about it.
Not for like 4 weeks. This was
crazy.
mid-April that this happened, and we just got traction with this story, last week when it became a big deal in the States. It's disturbing and disgusting and ugh.
But so far, what I've read, though, is that these heads of state weighing in on Boko Haram's leaders' demands of releasing these prisoners, they have said, you know what? No, we're not negotiating. This is not like, we'll give you this for that, because that also is a bit of a slippery slope. Do you begin negotiating with terrorists, and when they get what they want, is it more likely that they're just going to do the same thing again?
What they think, Robert Jackson, who's the Washington State Specialist on Africa, said resolving this crisis is now one of the highest priorities of the U.S. government. So they're definitely all starting to take a strong interest in getting these girls back. And the Nigerian president, Goodluck Jonathan, said that the international military and intelligence assistance made him optimistic about finding the girls. Now, obviously, like you were saying, Derrick, there's been a lot of backlash for him because they feel like he didn't move quickly. We mentioned last week on our show that they were actually informed about this potentially happening prior to the girls being abducted, and they didn't have enough manpower. They didn't get there on time, and they could have prevented this entire process. So. It's scary.
And I know that it was reported that the United States is like, we don't negotiate with terrorists, but Nigeria has to do what Nigeria has to do. And so it'll be interesting to see if they decide to try to negotiate with them, even though I think that that would be a horrible, probably thing to do.
Yeah. Well, we're staying abreast on this story, and if you want to find out more about it, definitely check out UR Web as well for additional updates and information, as well as Black Hollywood Live. Our last story of today is something that's causing a lot of uproar as well on the news is Michael Sam's, Michael Sam's NFL draft pick. He was recently given a call during the process of the NFL draft, and he had this reaction with his boyfriend here. We'll play a clip.
Wow, that's the first time I'm actually seeing this video. It's I actually got chills just now. Of course, I know what happened in this video because I saw the blow up on Twitter and social media, and I think overwhelmingly there has been so much support for Michael Sam. It's unfortunate that there are a few jackasses out there on Twitter. Some former NFL players themselves who have come out and said, like, we should be able to express our opinion without being called homophobic. Okay, well, again, just like Donald Sterling and the racist thing, just because you think you're not homophobic doesn't mean you're not homophobic. Yeah. This is an incredible moment. And you know what? What drives me crazy about this story, I love it because at least we're talking about it and confronting this stigma, but what drives me nuts is that if Michael Sam was a straight guy and he was kissing his girlfriend or his wife,
it would have such a different reaction.
This would not be a story. So why are we talking about this, folks? It's a beautiful moment, and it's 2014. Let's move on.
It's not that serious.
Well, people, as you were mentioning, people are upset because a lot of people said that there's children who are watching the draft, and what kind of message is this giving to the children? How do I explain this to children?
My God.
So and some of the comments even, Miami Dolphins safety Don Jones tweeted, "OMG and horrible," after he saw this video. He was actually suspended and fined. I'm going to read a couple of the other tweets that went out. Derek Ward 32 said, "I'm sorry, but that Michael Sam is no bueno for doing that on national TV. I'm fine with it being a new day and age, but for him to do that on national TV is disgusting, gay or not."
How many of them watch the Kardashians?
Okay, Derek, the man who tweeted this, no, Michael Sam is not disgusting. Your tweet is disgusting. And you know what I love about the age of social media and technology? Guys, comments like this, hateful speech on Twitter about Michael Sam, doesn't hurt Michael Sam.
No.
But these dum-dums who post this stuff, guess what, folks? That's a record.
Yeah.
So, Don Jones or whatever your name is, I hadn't even heard of him before the tweet mess. You can go ahead and delete those nasty tweets about Michael Sam, but they're still out there on the internet. And you're going to have to explain to your children and your grandchildren why you are having issues with gay people.
Yeah, John Heyman from CBS said, "Good job by Rams picking Michael Sam in NFL draft, but why does the best defensive player in the best league go to round 7? Because he was in round 7 and he was numbered, I believe, 249.
Oh yeah, he was right at the end.
He was right at the bottom.
He thought it wasn't going to happen.
Yes, and people are definitely saying that obviously what's going on with him being in the news, that had something to do with some of the things as well. So, and him being openly gay. So,
well, and he was also named by his team. Michael Sam, by the way, was out to his team.
Yeah,
yes,
as
he was.
Almost a year ago, and they were all supportive. Yeah. He was named by his team most valuable player, and he was the Southeastern Conference Player of the Year. So I agree. I do wonder if some of these teams were a bit hesitant to draft him early on because they wanted this. They wanted him on the team, but they didn't want to do it right at the get-go to try to.
I think a lot of them were afraid of the publicity that it would bring too. The fans being upset, maybe the fans saying, "I don't want to go to a game anymore because you've drafted him on our team." I think there's a lot of money backlash that people were afraid about. So,
It's always about the money.
But we are in 2014, and hopefully people can get past a lot of issues that we were talking about on the show today.
There's almost 300
times.
Girls missing.
Right.
And we're worried about this man kissing
his
someone.
boyfriend.
Just kissing someone. Who?
I think President Obama really summed it up nicely in his speech, saying people should be judged on their character. He's an incredible football player. He's an incredible athlete. And you know what? He's gay. Great. Diversity. Embrace it, people.
He got somebody to love.
Yeah.
And we all just want somebody to love.
That's right.
So, Derrick, where can your fans find you?
Oh, well, I've got a show Wednesday nights on KCET. It's public television. I do stories about Southern California. The show's called SoCal Connected. Totally honored to be working for KCET. And, you know, it depends on the day of the week. I'm all over the place. So, here, there.
Your Twitter?
On Twitter?
I tweet. Yeah, my handle is Derrick Shore. Derrick Shore.
Okay. So, Courtney?
Thanks.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram, Stewart Starlet.
At
Jesse.
DJ Jesse J.
And you can find me at Derrial Christon on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you for tuning in to This Week Today. We will have a lot more fun topics next week when you join us. And it's Memorial Day weekend.
Not next
we won't
week.
be Actually, we won't be
So the
here.
following
So
week,
2 more
May
weeks from now,
30th.
2 Fridays from now, we'll be back, May 30th. Have a great weekend and see you soon.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
From producers Maria Menounos, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.
Thanks for watching Black Hollywood Live on YouTube. For more in-depth interviews and news, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion in the comment section below here. See you soon, everyone. Bye.